With ISIS claiming responsibility for the deadly attacks in Brussels, Republican presidential candidates Donald Trump and Ted Cruz warning about radical Islamic terrorists and the need to stop them from getting into the United States. One local Muslim group says it is bracing for a backlash. Fox 4's Natalie Smith in Dallas. All right, Natalie, bracing for a backlash because of the attack in Brussels or because of the words from the politicians?
Steve, we're really concerned about backlash because of both. Local Muslim community leaders say they are just as horrified by what happened in Belgium as the rest of us. But they say they're also horrified by the way Trump and Cruz have responded, basically adding to how local Muslims will once again have to brace for retaliation.
I want to take every opportunity and every chance that I have to say, we condemn this. This is not who we are.
Aliyah Salem, the executive director of the DFW chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, known as CARE, distancing local Muslims from the ISIS murderers who carried out the Belgium attacks. Just hours after the bloodshed, Republican presidential candidates chiming in, giving her more reason, she says, for concern.
I would close up our borders to people until we figure out what is going on. Look at Brussels. Look at Paris. Look. People will come in, but we have to be very, very careful as to who comes into our country, or we're going to have problems like you've never seen.
It is long past time that we had a president who will acknowledge this evil, will call it by its name, and utilize the full force and fury of the United States to defeat radical Islamic terrorism, to defeat ISIS.
Senator Ted Cruz and Donald Trump both calling for stricter vetting of people entering the U.S. But Cruz went a step further in a statement saying, "We need to empower law enforcement to patrol and secure Muslim neighborhoods before they become radicalized." Salem says there have already been acts locally of intimidation, like a recent anti-Muslim rally at a local mosque.
My reaction is one of disgust for him to take something so horrible and terrible and use it as a political platform to, further his agenda and speak to a particular segment of our population who is whipped up by this kind of, fear-mongering. I think it's reprehensible for somebody who's vying to be, our leader and our commander-in-chief.
When pressed, the Cruz campaign offered no clarification as to how exactly Muslim neighborhoods, would be patrolled and secured. Now, Salem also points out that ISIS attacks in Turkey have killed and injured dozens so far this year. She says, but Cruz and Trump only speak out like this when it's a Western country like Belgium, and she calls it a two-faced approach for political gain. Steve?